Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining this morning, Srimad Bhagavatam Sangha and Japa. I think we should make a start. Let's continue with Indra's offense to his spiritual master, Bṛhaspati. So some of the things to note were that Indra ignored his spiritual master when he came into the room, and whereas the etiquette is that you get up or acknowledge your seniors. And the other thing to note is that I read somewhere here that Bṛhaspati used to come every day. So that's probably, if you're in a senior position, maybe you should not get too involved, or, not every day anyway, because then too much familiarity and also respect reduces. If, they're seeing you all the time, then there's not that much respect left, because people can't be doing etiquettes, all the time, every time. Sooner or later, you think them like your friends or something, and you behave on a similar level. So to keep authority, sometimes you have to keep some distance as well from the juniors. So maybe that's something on the guru's part, that he was giving too much attention. So let's continue. So when the most powerful Lord Brahma saw the demigods coming toward him, their bodies gravely injured by the arrows of the demons. So now the guru left them, and the demons waged a war on the demigods, and although demigods are much stronger, swifter than them, they this time actually lost. He pacified them by his great merciless mercy and spoke as follows. So Lord Brahma recognized the Brahmanical qualifications of Bṛhaspati, who was the spiritual master of the demigods, because of his awareness of the supreme Brahman. Bṛhaspati was very much in control of his senses and mind, and therefore he was most qualified Brahman. Lord Brahma chastised the demigods for not properly respecting the Brahman, who was their guru. Lord Brahma wanted to impress upon the demigods that one's guru should not be disrespected under any circumstances. When Bṛhaspati entered the assembly of the demigods, they and the king Indra took him for granted, because he was there all the time. He's one of the lads. Since he came every day, they thought they didn't need to show him special respect. So that's the danger, giving too much time. As it is said, familiarity breeds contempt. Being very much displeased, Bṛhaspati immediately left Indra's palace. Thus, all the demigods, headed by Indra, became offenders at the lotus feet of Bṛhaspati, and Lord Brahma, being aware of this, condemned their neglect. But what do you do? So let's pray. That's one thing we can do. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mukham Kroti Vachalam, Pangum Langyate Garim, Yat Kirpata Homandeshi, Gurun Dintaranam, Paramanandamadav, Shitana Ishram, Pariyam Tassat, Narayanam Namaskritya, Naram Cheva Narottamam, Devim Saraswati Vyasam, Tatoje Muduriyat, Nashta Prashabdirishi Nityam Bhagavasevya, Bhagavati Uttam Shloke, Bhakti Bhavti Nestaki. So, because of your misbehavior towards Bṛhaspati, you have been defeated by the demons. My dear demigods, since the demons were weak, having been defeated by you several times, how else could you, who were so advanced in opulence, be defeated by them? So Lord Brahma is saying, the Devas are celebrated for fighting with the Asuras perpetually. In such fights, the Asuras were always defeated. But you can see the Asuras' persistence as well. Although they're always defeated, they never give up. But this time, the demigods were defeated. And this is the kind of opportunity to look for. Why? The reason, as stated here, was that they had offended their spiritual master. The impudent disrespect of the spiritual master was the cause of the defeat by the demons. As stated in the Shastras, when one disrespects a respectable superior, one loses his longevity and the results of his pious activities. And in this way, one is degraded. So it's a dangerous position to be in. But at the same time, I think it's important for the guru to recognize that he doesn't he protects his disciples and he doesn't put them in that position where they might end up offending him. This is my personal opinion. Oh Indra, your enemies, the demons, were extremely weak because of their disrespect towards Shukracharya. But since they have now worshipped Shukracharya with great devotion, they have again become powerful. By the devotion to Shukracharya, they have increased their strength so much that now they are even able to easily seize my abode from him. So they become so strong that they can even defeat Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma wanted to point out the demigods that by the strength of the Guru, one can become most powerful within this world, and by the displeasure of the Guru, one can lose everything. This is confirmed by Song Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Yasya prasada Bhagavad prasada. Yasya prasadan na gati kutopi. By the mercy of the spiritual master, one is benedicted by the mercy of Krishna. Without the grace of the spiritual master, one cannot make any advancement. Although the demons are insignificant in comparison to Lord Brahma, because of the strength of the Guru, they were able to become so powerful that they could even seize Brahmalok from Lord Brahma. We therefore pray to the spiritual master, Mukam Koti Vasalam Pangum Langyate Green Yat Kirpatam Mande, Shi Gurum Deen Taranam. So, which means by the mercy of the Guru, even a dumb man can become the greatest orator, and even a lame man can cross mountains, as advised by Lord Brahma. One should remember this Shastric injunction if one desires success in life. Very important. So these religious principles, they're very, very important. Shastras give you all these things. They're tools, they're tools, weapons, whatever you want to call them. They're there for a purpose, and used correctly, they can be very beneficial. So because of the firm determination to follow the instruction of Shukracharya, his disciples, the demons, are now unconcerned about the demigods. In fact, kings or others who have determined faith in the mercy of Brahmans, cows, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and who always worship these three, are always strong in their position. O demigods, I instruct you to approach Vishwarup. Now, Lord Brahma is giving them some instructions that what they need to do now, because their guru is gone, he's offended, he's become invisible to them. So what can they, what's the next, what's plan B? What's the next step? O demigods, I instruct you to approach Vishwarup, the son of Twista, and accept him as your guru. He is pure and very powerful Brahman, undergoing austerity and penances. Please, by your worship, he will fulfill your desires, provided that you tolerate his being inclined to side with the demons. So Lord Brahma advised the demigods to accept the son of Twista as their spiritual master, although he was always inclined toward the benefit of the asuras. Well, in one way, if he has a good rapport with the asuras, maybe they can sit and negotiate and talk. Srila Sukadeva Goswami continued. Thus, advised by Lord Brahma and relieved of their anxiety, all the demigods went to the sage Vishwarup, the son of Twista. My dear king, they embraced him and spoke as follows. The demigod said, Beloved Vishwarup, may there be all good fortune for you. We, the demigods, have come to your ashram as your guests. Please try to fulfill our desires according to the time, since we are on the level of your parents. So I think he was very young, Shurup. O Brahman, the highest duty of a son, even though he has sons of his own, is to serve his parents. And what to speak of a son who is brahmachari? The Acharya, the spiritual master who teaches all the Vedic knowledge and gives initiation by offering the sacred thread, is the personification of all the Vedas. Similarly, a father personifies Lord Brahma, a brother, King Indra, a mother, the planet Earth, and a sister, Mercy. So just read that again. The Acharya, the spiritual master who teaches all the Vedic knowledge and gives initiation by offering the sacred thread, is the personification of all the Vedas. Similarly, a father personifies Lord Brahma, a brother, King Indra, a mother, the planet Earth, and a sister, Mercy. That's the personification of these relations. A guest personifies religious principles, and invited guest personifies the demigod Agni, and all living entities personify Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. According to the moral instructions of Chanakya Pandit, Atamvad Sarva Bhuteshu, one should observe all living entities to be on the same level as oneself. This means that no one should be neglected as inferior, because Paramatma is seated in everyone's body. So nobody, we can consider them higher than us, but nobody should be considered lower than us, because the minimum they have, if they have no other qualities, the minimum they have is Paramatma inside them. So they are temple of God. And that applies to the animals as well. They all have Paramatma inside. So everyone should be respected as a temple of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this verse describes the different ways in which one should respect a guru, a father, a brother, a sister, a guest, and so on. So everybody is respectable. So there is no problem. We have no reason to offend anyone. Because when you're offending someone, the God inside is also there. We are offending that God as well. Dear son, we have been defeated by our enemies, and therefore we are very much aggrieved. So this is demigod saying to Vishwarup, please mercifully fulfill our desires by relieving our distress through the strength of your austerities. Please fulfill our prayers. So this seems like the Brahmins who are doing austerities are much more powerful than even the demigods. Since you are completely aware of the Supreme Brahman, you are a perfect Brahman, and therefore you are the spiritual master of all orders of life. We accept you as our spiritual master and director, so that by the power of your austerity, we may easily defeat the enemies who have conquered us. One must approach a particular type of guru to execute a particular type of duty. Therefore, although Vishwarupa is inferior to the demigods accepted him as the guru to conquer the demons. So he says he was inferior to the demigods. I'm assuming that he was a lot younger. That's why he's considered inferior. Otherwise, he's a Brahman. He should be superior. The demigods continued, do not fake criticism for being younger than us. So yeah, I think they are talking about him being younger. Such etiquette does not apply in regard to Vedic mantras. Except in relationship to one Vedic mantras, seniority is determined by age. But one may offer respectful obeisances even to a younger person who is advanced in chanting Vedic mantras. So if somebody is your mentor, your guru, it might be younger in age, there's no harm in paying obeisances to them. Therefore, although you are junior in relationship to us, you may become a priest without hesitation. So a guru, no matter what age, what nationality, he is, how much material opulent he is, how much material qualified he is. Guru is a guru, has to be respected. So Chanakya Pandit advises, Nitadapi Uttamam Gyanam. One may accept education from a member of a lower social order. So it doesn't matter what castes they are, or even what their material life duties are. The Brahmins, the members of the most elevated Varna, are teachers. But a person in a lower family, such as a family of Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, or even Shudras, may be accepted as a teacher if he has knowledge. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approved of this when he expressed this opinion before Ramananda Rai. Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nayasi, Shudra Kene Naya, Ye Krishna Tattva Veta, say Guru Haya. It doesn't matter whether one is a Brahman, a Shudra, a Grhasta, or a Sannyasi. These are all material designations. A spiritually advanced person has nothing to do with such designations. Therefore, if one is advanced in the science of Krishna consciousness, regardless of his position in human society, he may become a spiritual master. So one who is advanced in Krishna, he has elevated himself above all these things. So he's already higher. So there is no harm in following them or respecting them. So Shukadeva Goswami continued, when all the demigods requested the great Vishwarup to be their priest, Vishwarup was advanced in austerities, was very pleased. He replied to them as follows. Now Vishwarup speaks to the demigods' request. And Shukadeva Goswami says that when all the demigods requested the great Vishwarup to be their priest, Vishwarup, who was advanced in austerities, was very pleased. He replied to them as follows. O demigods, although the acceptance of priesthood is decreed as causing the loss of previously acquired Brahmanical power, okay, how can someone like me refuse to accept your personal request? You are all exalted commanders of the entire universe. I am your disciple and must take my lessons from you. Therefore, I cannot refuse you. I must agree for my own benefit. So although there was some loss, but there was more gain for him. So he was very learned. He could see the advantage in taking on this request, this duty. The professions of a qualified Brahman are Pathan, Pathan, Yagna, Yajan, Dan, Pratigraha. The words Yajan and Yajan mean that Brahman becomes a priest of the populace for the sake of their elevation. One who accepts the post of spiritual master neutralizes the sinful reactions of the Yajman, the one on whose behalf he performs yajna. Thus, the results of the pious acts previously performed by the priest or spiritual master are diminished. Therefore, priesthood is not accepted by learned Brahmins. Nevertheless, the great learned Brahman Vishwarup became the priest of the demigods because of his profound respect for them. O exalted governors of various planets, the true Brahman who has no material possessions maintains himself by the profession of accepting Shilochan. In other words, he picks up grains left in the field and on the ground in the wholesale marketplace. By this means, householder Brahmins who actually abide by the principles of austerity and penance maintain themselves and their families and perform all necessary pious activities. A Brahman who desires to achieve happiness by gaining wealth through professional priesthood must certainly have a very low mind. How shall I accept your such priesthood? Not very many years ago, a Brahman in Krishna Nagar near Navadip was offered, so Srila Prabhupada explaining, was offered some help from the local Zamindar, Raja Krishna Chandra. The Brahman refused to accept the help. He said that since he was very happy in his household life, taking rice given by his disciples and cooking vegetables of tamarind leaves, there was no question of taking help from the zamindar. The conclusion is that although Brahman may receive much opulence from his disciples, he should not utilize the rewards of his priesthood for his personal benefit. He must use them for the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So all of you are my superiors. Therefore, although accepting priesthood is sometimes reproachable, I cannot refuse even a small request from you. I agree to be your priest. I shall fulfill your request by dedicating my life and possessions. So Srila Shukadeva Goswami continued to Maharaj Parikshit, O king, after making this promise to the demigods, the exalted Vishwarup, surrounded by the demigods, performed the necessary priestly activities with great enthusiasm and attention. The word samadhina is very important. Samadhi means complete absorption with an undiverted mind. Vishnu, who was most learned Brahman, not only accepted the correct request of the demigods, but took the request seriously and performed the activities of priesthood with an undiverted mind. In other words, he accepted the priesthood not for material gain, but to profit the demigods. Such is the duty of a priest. The word pura means family, the hita means benefit. Thus the word prohit, so sometimes we hear this prohit, indicates that the priest is the well-wisher of the family. So hita means he is the well-wisher, and proha means family, well-wisher of family. Another meaning of the word proha is first. A priest's first duty is to see that his disciples benefit spiritually and materially by all means. Then he is satisfied. A priest should never be interested in performing Vedic rituals for his personal benefit. Because then we become like karma kand if you're doing yajnas and the things for your own material benefit for yourself or bringing material opulence to your family, then that's considered karma kand. The opulence of the demons, who are generally known as the enemies of the demigods, was protected by the talents and tactics of Shukracharya. But Vishwarup, who was most powerful, composed a protective prayer known as Narayan Kavach. By this intelligent mantra, he took away the opulence of the demons and gave it to Mahendra, or Indra, the king of heaven. Vishwarup, who was most liberal, spoke to King Indra the secret hymn that protected Indra and conquered the military power of the demons. So now, next week, we can talk about the Narayan Kavach. But so Vishwarup is already on the job. Although there's a loss for him in this case, he's happy to help the demigods in get back their kingdoms and the heavens. So that's that. Okay, not many of us here today, but nevertheless, we can discuss something, and we'll start with Hina Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Very nice. Thank you for your reading. Thank you. It's a very nice instructive verse, and I think for me the main takeaway for me was like the importance of respect. And obviously in this situation, the demigods were defeated because they disrespected their master, really, and this is the consequence of that disrespect. So, and I think you made some nice points about how ultimately the Paramatma sits in everybody, in all living entities. So really, we need to be respectful for everybody. Everyone is a temple. Everyone's a walking, talking temple. So we really can't offend anyone. Really, he is ultimately the witness to everything within everyone's heart, which is something I struggle with. I think you often kind of overlook that he is in everyone and everything. But and it's seeing everybody with that almost equal vision, really, that whoever they are and even whatever species of life you have to deal with, that try to kind of have that equiposed view and vision to all living entities, and give them that level of respect, essentially. So that was the main thing for me. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for wonderful points. Yeah, everyone has a temple in the heart. Even lions and tigers, we respect them. We don't kill them, and we don't hurt them. We don't disturb them. At the same time, we have to sometimes respect people from the distance, and sometimes we have to love people from the distance, because they are, even though like we're all temples, we covered by the three modes of nature, and we have propensities that we don't have control over, especially the animals. They are doing by instinct, whatever qualities they're given, they work with that. And sometimes humans might be seen as like food. So yeah, but we know better. We know better as human beings. We know, because we are reading the Shastras. The Shastras are telling us something. So at least we know better. So it's Samadarshana. We see everybody equally. At the same time, the interaction should be accordingly. Reciprocation should be accordingly to the state and the mentality of the individual. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, Mataji. Reen Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry, I could not unmute.
Mataji, you can mute again.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me, Prabhuji? Yeah.
Hey, now, yes.
Yeah. For me, again, it's mercy of Guru, the importance of Guru. How without the mercy of Guru, we cannot make any advancement. And spiritual master is the one who will get us to the mercy of Krishna. And then how the duties of the priests are explained. They work. Vishwarupa, although he was a Brahmana, he still accepted the position of a priest. And how they take care that the disciples, they benefit both materially and spiritually. And like when we were reading Yasya Prasada, Bhagavad Prasada, we've done that. Yeah, mercy of spiritual master. To see, everyone's got Paramatma seated in their heart. And then the verse we've done, we're reading, we're just having summary, chapter 5, verse 18. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shunitev Shrupakicha Pandita Samdarshana. The one with divine knowledge, they see everyone same, a Brahmana, a cow, a dog eater. So that should be, we should see everybody with respect. So, yeah, because everybody's got super soul in them. So we struggle to, like, me and Mataji were talking, about the slugs, all over, and we thought, oh God, we can't kill them. So sometimes we are faced with such difficulties and we don't know what to do. And now today in the garden, I can see all these flies, but like before, we used to use the ant powder if the ants are coming, but now knowing this Paramatma is seated in everyone, so it's a big dilemma what you do. So I'm thinking I'm just going to keep the doors closed, windows closed, and that's it, So yeah, no, it was very nice reading today. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hari. So this thing about Bṛhaspati visiting regularly the demigod, you think that was the Guru wrong there? I mean, did he sort of cause what happened to him?
No, I think we need to understand our position, because like a senior, because what we always feel is like me and my Prabhu, if we want a guru where we can spend more time, but it does not mean that you start seeing Guru equal. So Guru's position is still high because Krishna, we love him, however, like a child, how, as a friend. But Krishna is Krishna. We still think, like Gopal came Friday, this program. And so I just gave little gift because all the children who come, so I gave, and he was saying, no, no. And I just gave him a hug. And then I said to Nitai Krishna Prabhu, oh, I said, I can do this now. Then, after a few years, he will become Guru Maharaj because I can see he's got something in him. And I said, then we'll be bowing down to him. So now's the time we can just give him a hug because then, although he's younger, but we will bow down to him like Yesha Maharaj. So, yeah, we just have to understand the position. So, seniors, they are our seniors. So, like, that's how I see when we go to the Sanghas, even like younger children, because I still feel they are younger in age, but they are still senior to me in knowledge because they have been born in Krishna consciousness and they know much more than me. We cannot think, no, they are children. We don't have to pay respect to them. So I always see even children with respect. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Madhuri. So my other question is, should their guru have completely abandoned them, as a responsibility? Should he have just abandoned them because he got disrespected? He should have just became invisible. I mean, I don't know the answer. It's something I just maybe wanna,
Well,
ask.
I personally think no, because the guru is exalted and he knows the shortcomings of the disciples. And because like our children, they make mistakes. We don't
Abandon
stop
them.
talking about children. We don't abandon them. We forgive them, we forgive them, we forgive them. Even when like 100 times we'll say, okay, I'm not going to talk. But we still know because we are parents, we know better than them.
Yeah,
So especially-
good point. Yeah, we're the parents, and we should be more understanding if even the children misbehaving, but we should have the higher, we should be on the higher ground that okay, they made a mistake. How can we go, move forward from here? Maybe you should start visiting a bit less. I don't know. Where did I go wrong with these children? Where did I
yeah.
go wrong with my demigods? I've done something that they are, they just come to this. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the answer. It's just
Yeah,
that
but Krishna, he's not leaving us, Prabhuji. We made so many mistakes and are we
absolutely,
still making mistakes? So Krishna is still taking care of us. So I
this is
think that's for us.
he's the most Krishna is most merciful because we make mistakes minute after minute, life after life. We're making mistakes, but he just can't stop forgiving. And he's totally forgiving us again and again, again and again, and he still stays with us. He will never abandon us. Doesn't matter. We end up from a demigod body to a body of an insect. It still does not, or a hog even. He does not abandon us. He still stays with us. So, but okay, we're humans. We don't have that much tolerance level. Because Krishna is unlimited in everything he does. He's unlimited. We are limited to our patience and our disrespect, our insults. We are we have our limitations, but I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what we'll say after. What is the lesson here? Okay, you're right. Lesson for the demigods is that you should never, under any circumstances, disrespect, and children. Same again. They should not disrespect their parents. But it happens. It happens. It's nothing. It's not a new phenomena. These things happen. But how should the parents behave, or how should the superior show that why he's superior? He should show something. But if he just does the obvious, then is that superiority? I have no idea. Anyway, that's fine. Let's meditate on Lord Krishna, do a couple of rounds, maybe till we have time. So Prem Mataji, if you do the first round, and Hina Mataji, please, we can do the second round. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.